Watching you on the sideline
You okay?
tonight, you okay? Watching you on the sideline tonight, you could tell you were pretty frustrated. You were trying to push as many buttons as you could, and just it wasn't clicking for whatever reason. And then about midway in the third quarter, it started turning the right direction. It started with defense, and you just wrote it from right there.
Yeah, our defense was really solid tonight. I thought we did a great job. The big, sort of emphasis all season has been finishing possessions. I thought we did a great job of that tonight. I mean, it's evident in having 69 rebounds, close to 70 rebounds. And that allows us to get out in transition. It allows us to, run our sets, execute offensively, and it starts with that.
To see guys like Carlo Makovich and Kelly Olynyk really leading the charge, Jose off the bench, I mean, guys that, you're not really thinking these are the guys that are going to lead us back. Those are the guys who did.
Yeah, it was a group effort, total group effort. Those guys stepped on the floor collectively, and they brought it. Not a great first half, but the second half we kept our poise. We missed some easy baskets, and then it started to turn for us. But Jose was fantastic. Carlo was really good. Jose ignited the whole team with his energy, his spirit, and we're going to need that. But all those guys, he stepped on the floor, and they did a good job executing on both ends.
So we kind of talked about the big lineup, but just what do you kind of think about how they all play, all four of those guys tonight?
They play good. It's good to get a win. We got to continue to work on it, continue to work on our spacing. At times it could be a little clunky. We got to take some more threes, create some more quality threes for our group. But tonight was solid.
Career high points for Carlo, career high rebounds for BC. What's it been like just seeing those two young guys, develop and mature throughout the season?
Both of those guys are a bright spot, and that's what we want to see. We want to see some of our young guys step on the floor and build some momentum, continue to attack each and every opportunity that they get. And Eve did a great job tonight. Carlo was fantastic. Even Jordan Hawkins stepping on the floor, gaining some momentum as we progress.
What was the key to just turning around the game as much as y'all did in the fourth quarter?
We talked about it at halftime, cutting down on the turnovers offensively. We can still do a better job, but I think the first half we had 11 and only 6 in the second half, so we did a better job there. Making sure we understand defensively this is a multiple effort game. They do a great job of drive, kick, so stay with it. Let's try to get some easy baskets in transition when we get stops, and the guys came out in the second half, and they really focused on those details.
Was that the biggest key in Jose's performance tonight, getting you guys out in transition, increasing that pace, once he came into the game?
It is. It starts with his defense, picking up full court, causing havoc, getting steals. He'll pick up some fouls here and there, but he's going to play aggressive. And then offensively, he's getting up the floor with speed. He's making solid plays. He's not afraid. He's going to step on the floor and give you everything he has. And we needed his spirit tonight.
In 2 games with Kelly on the floor, he was plus 11 against Dallas, and then tonight his rebounding. And it seems like his passing has also been something that's been a big addition to this lineup. What does his presence, his basketball IQ bring to the lineup as a starter?
He's another weapon on the floor in terms of his ability to see the game. He can communicate on both ends. You talked about his passing ability is incredible. He'll make some mistakes out there, but as we progress and we get more time, more practice time, more games under our belt, we really want to put the ball in his hands and unlock him, allow him to set screens, pop, make plays when we just hit him, fake DHOs, go to the basket. He was really good tonight, and that's his game. That's what we've seen him do over his career.
For Zion, the efficiency is not something new, but again tonight, just the ability to score without having to get a lot of touches, and then the job it seems that his teammates are doing at getting him better post feeds so that he's able to turn quickly and create those advantages. Are you seeing that develop as well, just the way that his teammates are finding him to create all of this?
Yeah, for sure. They understand his gravity allows for our offense to be successful. So when he touches the ball, he's either scoring or he's creating open looks for everybody. He's getting to the free throw line. So we'll continue to work on our spacing when he has the ball. But I thought Carlo did a great job. Eve did a great job. KO, when he has it, those guys get to space automatically. And ZZ, the scorer, he's finding his teammates for easy looks.
How important has it been just turning things around in the rebounding battle with these double big lineups? That was such a big talking point for y'all going into All-Star break, and it seems like, since y'all are playing these double big lineups, it's kind of made a big difference in that part of the game.
Well, it's definitely an emphasis moving forward. I thought we did a solid job, maybe the previous 5 or 7 games defensively, but it's coming up with those rebounds, and you just can't allow teams to continue to get second chance opportunities. It's deflating. So having our squad look bigger on the floor, be bigger on the floor, it allows for other guys to come in and rebound. I mean, you can see 15 from KO, 15 from Eve. Trey had 7 rebounds. Carlo with 9, or Jose with 9, Carlo with 6. So all the guys collectively, it's an emphasis as we move forward that we have to rebound as a team. It's a big contribution to winning. All right, thank you.
key in your mind, just the way y'all were able to turn things around in that fourth quarter, as drastically as y'all did?
I just think the energy in the second half, being communicated on the court, executing the plays we had to execute. I think first half didn't look as good. We didn't know what we were playing. And then second half looked like we did something and then executed the way we should.
Career high for you tonight in points. What was key to you just, being able to find those shots?
I just think being in my spots, executing when I get the ball, and basically that's it. Teammates find me when I was open. I had some easy ones. So, basically running my stuff, doing my thing, basically what I have to do, and then just finishing it.
And for the past couple weeks, y'all have been going with these double big lineups, whether it's you at the 4 or Kelly at the 4. How much do you think that's kind of made a difference for y'all, playing those bigger lineups?
For me, I think it's a new thing, being at the 4 position. I believe I can, stretch it for a little bit, being that corner, shooting that corner shot, driving the ball a little bit. But, something new, interesting. It's good for defense, I would say. Offense, we still kind of like, trying to find the way what works and what not. But, I enjoy it, like it's something new and something fun, so why not?
What do you feel like Kelly's sort of brought to this team since he's been here?
A good vet, smart, high IQ, he adapted easy, I would say, big body. So I would say, like classic vet things, smart guy, really smart guy, big IQ.
We talk a lot about the big men tonight, but what about Jose and just what he brings to this team?
Yeah,
Somebody
always.
just watching.
You know how it is. He always brings a lot of energy in the team. Always. No matter what day it is, night, morning, no matter what, he's gonna bring the energy and like the defensive part, the offensive part. That's the stuff he do. He does it really good. So he pushes us always. Like you gotta track his pace always. He'll get the ball, he's gonna run. So you gotta track his pace always. So I think that's good for us.
69 rebounds for the team tonight. Early in the season, that had been kind of a struggle. So I'm assuming that was a point of emphasis. Just how good was that to see the success on that side of the ball?
I think we should be like proud of it, but we should do it consistently. The consistency is the problem I think here with the rebounds. But I think going through the season, it gets better. Doing the things we gotta do. So it's a good number to have, but I think we still have to work on it.
How would you describe this, this journey through your first season, kind of not playing as much early on and now getting more playing time recently? What's that kind of been like, just finding ways to get more minutes?
For me, it was interesting, being here and then Birmingham and then back and forth, then getting minutes, not getting minutes. I think that's a part of the journey. The way it all started, being drafted, stashed, working your way through. I think, that's the way it has to go. I enjoy it. I'm embracing it. Every time on the court, I really try to have fun. Enjoy it. Because from the place I came from, not a lot of people make it. So I'm I'm really grateful for my opportunities, and every minute I get, doesn't matter if it's late in the game, early in the game, don't matter. So just working on my game, being a professional, staying on the same track, having the same path, I think helped a lot. And then now just finish the season, trying to get these games, under me and get some experience.
You've also had a career high rebound tonight. What's it like just going through this journey with him, both games?
For me, it's awesome, seeing us both grow. He really grew a lot. I think he did a lot of things that nobody expected after that summer league, and then coming into the season, being a starter, establishing himself. So I think it's really fun, and I enjoy seeing it every day. Doing when he does his stuff, watching that, it's amazing for me. It's just I like to watch him play and do the things he does good. So I think it's good, to have somebody like that in the same position, kind of challenging each other. We kind of play a different game, but I think that's good, to challenge each other, to be better every day.
Do you think, looking at a game like this, it's interesting because you're both rookies. You combined for 25 points and 21 rebounds with both having different career highs. Do you think that can establish a way that the two of you being young and growing and having energy and slightly different games can provide a big punch from the center position for the future?
I think it's a good thing, to have difference, in the both players, to know what he's going to bring to the team, what I'm going to bring to the team. So I think it's good, to have both sides, He's a really good, block shotter, athletic. I can kind of like space the floor. You know, offensive game kind of IQ I think is different. You know, he's still young, developing. You know, I'm developing too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, like getting that system, you know, working it out. I think it's, you know, it's good. It's a good thing, you know, like to have both different players at the same position, especially young. You know, then like it's easy like to put the path, I will say, where we have to go for each other. You know, like he had to do this thing, so I have to do that thing, and maybe get in the game. You know, it's always different, and I think that's good. Thank y'all. Thank you. Always. Have a good night.
What was key for y'all just to turn things around as much as y'all did in that fourth quarter?
There's less turnovers and getting out in transition. First half, I think we had 0 transition points, and second half, I think we had 17 or 19. So that definitely helped a lot. But I got to give a lot of the credit to Jose. Jose was a vocal leader tonight, and his energy really shifted the course of the game.
And it seems like, very early on in these first 2 games that you and Kelly have been able to click on the court. What do you think y'all have been able to kind of mesh as well as y'all have?
Man, I just told him he got vision. He sees the floor. He sees the game to where there are times where I might not be aware of certain things, and he'll just kind of play off me, or I'll see he's doing something and kind of relocate to a different spot just because I trust his vision and also trust it. He knows when to exploit a mismatch.
And what's it like just seeing, your 2 young centers, Messi have career-high rebounds, Makovich career-high in points. You've seen them, growing all season and having a night like this.
It's big time. When you're a rookie in this league, you have your highs, you have your lows. So when you're able to see nights like this where you see the fruits of your labor, it definitely does a lot for your confidence. So, Eve, he's been doing it all year. Carlo, especially tonight, that was big time for him.
How's the double big lineup been for you, and what advantages does it give you as an offensive and defensive player?
It definitely gives me an advantage because, especially with KO out there now, if you try to stick it small on him, he's just going to duck in. And he also has a perimeter game to where you can't just sag off him. So, when you have a big lineup and I'm able to get downhill, and when I'm dropping the pass off or throwing a lob, they can finish. So now whoever's guarding them has to make a decision on if they're going to step up on me or just allow me to go one-on-one.
Man, that defensive assignment, you come out, you're guarding Chris to start the game, and most people say, what does Zion do a guard an opposing point guard? But how does that keep you engaged maybe defensively when you have that responsibility, and what's it like being at the top of the defense that way?
I feel like I can guard 1 through 5, personally. Like I said, we're out there with a big lineup, so I feel like I'm mobile enough to, guard CP. But a player like that, you can't just. His resume speaks for itself. He can have an impact on the game probably without even taking 1 shot, or he'll have games where he will decide to be more aggressive with his shot. So when guarding somebody like that, you always got to be aware of how high their IQ is for the game.
As you mentioned earlier, how he was like really vocal tonight. What's it kind of like when he's?
His energy is, I've said it multiple times before in the past, his energy is very infectious because, it just seems like he's all over the court. You feel like you'll see him chase somebody down from squatting down in the corner to closing out on the opposite side to then switching a matchup so he can go guard certain people. And then offensively, his pace. You know, when he pushes the pace like that, it forces everybody else to run, which then creates multiple opportunities, which also led to those 19 fast break points.
Knowing that this is, your post All-Star break, and you've been having competing for the playoffs, but there's so much with these new guys, whether it's Bruce, whether it's KO, whether it's the young guys who have this opportunity. For you, how are you expanding what your role is as far as in the locker room and getting guys to understand what y'all want to do? And then just your on-court play, are there goals that you've set for yourself down these final 27 games or so?
The goals have been more so a collective thing as the group. From seeing the young guys getting more minutes, seeing Bruce and KO out there getting their minutes, and just building towards standards, building towards what we want to be, so that when next year starts, we don't have to figure it out. We're already there.
I got to talk to Chris briefly, and he said that this summer, he got to be with you and your family. He and his wife went overseas, and that was the first time he had really been around you. But he talked about how dynamic a player you are and the potential that you have. When you get that respect from the older players, even considering the games that you've missed and the way the uneven way maybe your career's gone so far, is that one also the things that motivate you, knowing that you still have the respect of your peers around the league?
It helps. Like I said, CP's resume speaks for itself. And, we did spend some time together overseas this past summer. And, I got to give him his respect. He gave me a lot of wisdom, not just on the court, but off the court as well. And it's so funny. Off the court, great dude, man. Great dude. But on the court, you can see his competitive side really come out. And, that's what makes him who he is. But, off the court, he's one of the best dudes I've been around.
And just for you personally, how different has the double big stand? I guess, most of your career you played like 4, I guess people would say. But, how has it felt weird at times, or has it been super different, or how much of an adjustment has it been?
It hasn't been too much of an adjustment for me. At the end of the day, it's basketball. But I do like it because it definitely shows the trust that the coaches have in me in terms of, being a ball handler, but also guarding perimeter guys for the whole game. So, that's something that I definitely wanted to expand on personally. Just like I said, me and Murph talked about it, just being defensive threats, not just being out there helping a team be good defensively, but individually, being a massive threat.
Does that feel more natural for you to be getting these more perimeter touches, again, and kind of like that being the focus rather than starting possessions, maybe 10 to 15 feet from the basket?
Is it more natural? Honestly, no. There's no one or the other for me. Both feel natural, whether it's up top, 10 to 15 feet, or even posting up. But I think it just depends on how the other team's guarding us. Some teams go big, some teams go small. So I think it just depends on how the other team's guarding me.
Victor, obviously, going for the rest of the season. You certainly understand both number one bigs, what it's like to have a season cut short. What would you say to Victor, and what do you think that, does it remind you anything of your process of being that first round pick and having the expectation and then, suffering this way, that when you really start to feel like you're getting things going?
It's always disappointing when you're not on the court. I think our situations are a little different in terms of what we have dealt with. Mine was more so injury-based. I don't know the details on his, but that's something that, I've had family members deal with stuff like that, and all you do is can wish that, he gets healthy as soon as possible, and that's not something that slows him down. No problem. You guys have a great night.